Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jennifer and this is Jennifer's Garden. So I live in upstate New York. I am borderline northern New York, so I'm pretty far up there. I am borderline zone 4B, 5A. Technically I'm in 5A, but I'm just on the line. So usually I plant things that are in zone 4. But really the zoning doesn't really matter. It depends on when your first frost date and your last frost date is. And typically we run around here, off the top of our heads we'll say Memorial Day to Labor Day. Now we do run a couple weeks before Memorial Day sometimes, and we definitely run a few weeks after Labor Day. It's usually the second or third week in September that we have our first hard frost. Now, and that varies in area and years, so sometimes it's later, sometimes it's earlier, but that is a sure thing that we can rely on around here is Memorial Day to Labor Day. So it's a very, very short growing season. So today I'm gonna plant out my carrot seeds because we are May 13th. May 13th. I know it's a little early. By the time we have think one more good frost potentially next week, and then it looks like the 10-day forecast is good after that. So really just keep an eye on your 10-day forecast once it's coming up to see when potentially you might have a frost. I mean, you can plant stuff and cover stuff if you want, but I am not all about that. I want to just plant it and be done with it. So we are going to put the carrot seeds in today. So this is how I'm going to do that. So I've chosen this bed to plant my carrot seeds. I am kind of rotating my crops around a little bit. I'm not doing too much because I do feed my plants. I now am on a good cycle of chicken manure. If you've seen my previous videos, this is all top dressed with chicken manure. I had topped the beds off with more garden soil, so they're pretty fertile, and I will feed these plants and I'm okay with that. I may just like flip-flop. I put the carrots in here last year. I put the potatoes in here last year. They choked out the sugar snap peas, so we're not doing that this year. But I definitely got a couple volunteer potatoes coming up, which is sad, but they're gonna go. I'm gonna pull them out. I've already planted the potatoes in another bed, and they are doing just fine. So my method is pretty easy. I'm literally just gonna sprinkle the seeds on the top. I'm gonna put cardboard, wet them down really good. I put cardboard over the top, put some rocks on it, and then I just wait. I'll check a couple days, take the cardboard off, see if it needs to be watered, and I keep that cardboard on until I start to see some germination. Once I see that germination, then I can take the cardboard off and then continuously water until the plants get really established. It's really as simple as that. That's the hardest thing with carrots, is getting that germination, because the seeds are so small and they need to stay wet for a while. And unless you're out here every second of every day, it's really hard to do that. So this cardboard method seems to work really well, and I'll show you how I do that. Now I can my carrots, so I tend to plant a lot of carrots so that way I have enough to can. I just ate them raw last year and we cooked them and used them because I had still enough cans from the previous year, but now I'm running low, so we have to overplant again so I can harvest. So here we go. There is literally not much method to my madness. I don't like to overseed because I don't thin these carrots. Silly chickens, but I just try to keep my eye out so I don't want to plant too many because I'm not thinning these. I do not thin my plants. I just keep my eyes open and pay attention for the 3 minutes it's going to take me to do this. So I made these beds 4 feet wide because I can reach the 2 feet in the middle, and I just go to the other side to reach the other part of it, which works for me. I put 4 feet in between my beds because when the plants grow big, some of them encroach into the walkway, and I need to be able to walk in between the plants. So I did space them out quite a bit farther than most people, but last year it proved to work out really well since my soil was amazing last year. And the plants grew really well, even though I had a tough year last year. But the plants still kept on going and did what they were supposed to do. This is one pack. Literally, I'm just spreading them around. I'm behind you. So that's that. This is this half. I'll go to the other side of the bed and sprinkle them on the other side. Well, I need one more piece of cardboard, but you get the idea. I wet everything down, I put the cardboard on, I put rocks on the top, and then I just water it. So we water and then we wait. So we'll see. So I'm done for the day. I worked part of the day today, so I'm gonna eat dinner, and then in the morning I'm gonna plan out some lettuce and some other stuff that I can't remember right now because I'm getting real hungry. But now that the weather is nice, it's so nice to get out here. So very nice. Tomorrow I'll show you the bees too. Happy Mother's Day. It's Sunday the 14th, and we're gonna get going before it gets warm. It's pretty chilly today, but I'm gonna work on this section here. Get this done, get some more seeds in, and we're gonna do a hive inspection because we might have to split one of our hives already. Oh well. And Spartacus says good morning. There we go. Everything is weeded. I pulled all the leaves out because the tree above us just kind of drops its leaves, and so I cleaned everything up. I did put some oregano seeds in here. I had an oregano plant here before, but it is obviously no longer. So I threw some more seeds down. The sage, well, as you can see, just keeps coming back for more. I put some seeds in of sweet basil and holy basil. And I'm really saying this, being very descriptive, so that I can look back on this and see what I actually planted. I mean, I know it's basil, but I won't necessarily remember what kind of basil. So I just threw in sweet and holy. And I put a bunch of seeds here, so that'll be that. And the thyme came back. Look at that, my thyme. Oh my god, I can't believe it came back. So nice. Smells so good. Just run your fingers over it and smell it. Oh, it's so great. I'm growing lemongrass on my front porch, and I usually put a plant here because it grows and it kind of covers this fence post. And it looks really nice and it smells nice, and you can run your fingers through it. It's a good mosquito deterrent too. So I put my little chicken back. My hydrangea. I've moved these hydrangeas a couple times, and I don't know where the best place is for it. Obviously my chives come back. This is a fake owl for everybody. I don't know, they say owls keep hawks away, but not really. So what did I plant here? I threw some lemon balm because lemon balm is a perennial. So I threw some seeds in the middle here. This is my German chamomile. I looked it up. So when I planted my chamomile over here, obviously the seeds just fell, and this is where they are. So this is super exciting because I kind of forgot to plant some chamomile seeds, so now I don't have to because they dropped the round. So it's perfect. So I'm trying to be smart these days and spread stuff out, because honestly we don't realize how big plants get until you're in the middle of the summer, and then this thing is a monstrosity and you're like, oh my god, everything's too close together. So spread them apart in things that are going to either reseed themselves or if they're perennials. And look at my chives are already starting a little seed pod. So they just drop their seeds. It's going to be perfect. Look at that asparagus. I've just been picking that stuff off and just eating it raw because I'm really not going to do much with it. Garlic's looking great. I did come through this morning, watered all the little onions. So now I'm back to just watering. I am going to throw some lettuce seeds in just because it's about that time anyways, and yeah, get things going. So I also wanted to talk about all the stuff that I pulled out of these beds was, grasses that are starting to grow up, leaves, old pieces of the plant and stuff. I put them in my little barrel and off to the chicken yard they went. That gave them like an hour of time to just scratch around and take down that pile. So I gave the little girls a little pile, and boy, they were like, what is this? But they inevitably ended up liking it. So it gives them something to do, plus it'll compost down throughout the summer. So it's great. So you want to check on Coco Melon? Let's go check on Coco Melon. Gosh, it's going to be such a nice day today. Well, somebody else is in there trying to lay an egg, but... Did you lay an egg? Oh, there's Coco. Poor Coco, all this commotion. Hi, Pumpkin. How's your babies in there? We got to keep an eye on you. Huh, baby? Oh, there's Sparkle. Sparkle has just a little dot of imperfection in her eye. So I know who she is. It's perfect. Oh, such a nice day. And my husband is gonna start digging some holes because we're gonna put the fruit trees in. He he found this old lawnmower on the marketplace and bought it, and he's gonna take the deck off of it. And we have a little tiny tow behind trailer that he's going to hook up to that, so we can have it just as like a little tractor and towing the trailer around. It's going to be so perfect for me because then I can just drive in the back, get my leaf mulch, my leaf compost, and throw it in there. And actually, once he takes the deck off, I'll be able to back it right into the garden. Maybe. That'll take some practice, maybe. But I can get it into the garden and then just use it instead of using the wheelbarrow. So my husband measured out exactly where he wanted the trees. So we're gonna he started digging a hole. I have some Trifecta Plus that I just had in the greenhouse, so I'll throw some of that in. I got that from MI Gardener. I have some other stuff in the basement, but this will be fine. I am gonna put some garden soil in the hole too, and we'll water it in real well, and then this apple tree will have a new home. All right, this first tree is in. So when you're planting the trees, here's the graft. So all apple trees are grafted. So you have to keep the graft above the soil because you don't want that to get mucky. So rule of thumb is where the top of the soil is that comes in the pot, that's where the top needs to be on the ground. So you can see all the little pieces from the potting soil from the company. You want to see that on the top. So we're pretty flat and we're good to go. And there they are, all 6 done. So we got another apple, sour cherry, sweet cherry, sour cherry, peach, peach. Yay! This is gonna be perfect for the bees. My crabapple tree is done for the year, dun dun dun. But if you could have stood underneath that tree and listened to the bees up there, they definitely enjoyed it this year. All right, off to the next project. and editing Jennifer here. I guess I've been taking so much footage lately that I needed to split things up, and I guess I don't know where I'm starting and stopping anymore. So we got the fruit trees in, we got stuff planted, had a busy weekend, and stay tuned for the next video because I will put that up tomorrow. We will continue on our journey because the next couple weeks are going to be super busy, and I can't wait. So from my coop to yours, thank you for growing with me so I can grow with you.